Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Rebecca Louise here again, and today I've got something super exciting lined up for you. We are going to be getting stuck in to Magic the Gathering, the Doctor Who Commander decks. So I'm super excited about this one, but before we get carried away and get stuck in, please do pop me a little subscribe down below. I do really appreciate all of your support, and I've got lots more exciting things lined up for this year. Okay, so before I get stuck in, just a little bit of background info. So I actually only picked Magic up for the first time in late 2025. I was introduced to it by a friend. I'd already been playing Pokemon for a while, but this was actually my first time trying Magic. Now, for about the first hour, I was incredibly confused, but I think once things started to fall into place, I quickly fell in love with it. And since I've been trying to teach pretty much everyone I know how to play, probably not in the best possible way. I'm by no means the best Magic player in the world, and I'm still learning, and I'll be completely upfront about that. But nonetheless, for the first time, I did invest in my own Magic Commander decks. Now, I got this as part of a pack of 4 from Magic Madhouse over the Black Friday weekend. So these are the Doctor Who Magic the Gathering Universes Beyond sets. And this is the one that I am most excited about. I was torn between getting this one, which is Timey-Wimey, or the Masters of Evil deck. And I couldn't choose, and then there was a box set of like all 4 for like less than £200, and I was like, I guess I'm getting all 4, because by the time you've purchased the 2 most expensive ones, you may as well just go all out and get the lot. So I now own all 4 Doctor Who Commander decks. You know, these things happen. I'm not mad about it. I've unboxed the other 2 already because I just wanted to get stuck in and start playing those. But I've kept this one and I've kept Masters of Evil aside because I wanted to do a proper unboxing and a proper unveiling of them because they are just so incredible. And I won't say I grew up with Doctor Who, because technically I guess I didn't, because I've never been around when all the originals aired. But certainly everything from Chris Eccleston onwards formed like a big part of my like teenage years, and even now I'm still following it and still watching it. So I'm super excited to see what's going on inside here. So I guess let's get stuck on in. Okay. I'm always trying to like open the Magic boxes really carefully just because I think they're like so pretty. I've got my Warhammer one up on my shelving, so I just think they look really pretty as like little shelf fillers and little decorations for like my little nerdy corner. So yeah, I was trying not to just tear it to pieces. Okay, so we've got on here a really nice kind of foil print of the 10th Doctor. That's such a beautiful artwork. So that's just a replica of the Commander, the 10th Doctor Commander in this deck. And then also there's just this little extra cardboard cutout here as well. And then all around the edge, we've got the tokens. As you can see, I won't start popping those out just yet, but let's get stuck into what's inside. So we have got the deck of playing cards. We've got the 100 card Commander deck itself there, which we'll get stuck into in just a minute. We've got this little kind of pop-up cardboard deck box, and it's got the mana colours down the side. So this is a red, blue and white deck. I mean, personally, I'd probably go for a slightly better quality deck box, but they have got them there, and they've got the little thematic pictures and logo from Doctor Who on the top as well. And we've got just this little booklet here, which is specific to the Timey-Wimey deck, and it just tells you a little bit about how to play this deck and how to get the most out of it. I think these are particularly important when you are playing these Doctor Who decks because they are just that little bit different to some of the other Magic Commander decks, which I'll get into in a little bit more detail in a moment. And then there's also just a themed life count wheel here as well. And then there is also a collector booster little sample pack in here too. And I think what I do love as well about the Doctor Who sets is that if you do have those 4 commander sets, that does essentially give you the full range of cards that you can get for the Doctor Who set. Obviously there are some like special arts and special foils that you could get as well, but it does mean that essentially you don't need to be picking up or ripping a ton of these as well to complete your decks. You can just get the commander sets and be done with it, which is kind of what I'm planning to do really. It came with a few of these, which are great, but I certainly don't want to have to be spending out on these or chasing these to get cards that I want or need to complete decks. So I'm pretty happy with that. And it means that you've got essentially like 60 years of history in those decks. So Doctor Who predates me, it predates Magic, it goes back decades. And I personally think they have done fantastically well at encapsulating that within these decks. I think the artwork is stunning. I think they've really captured characters, moments, the most iconic moments throughout history that has lasted for generations. And I think also as well with the plane chase element, what they have really managed to do is not just create a Magic deck that functions like a Magic deck and like any other commander deck, but actually they've managed to really introduce things that are unique to this format and unique to the Doctor Who set, and really think about how, for instance, legendary creatures work with their partners, how those plane chase cards function, and how that really allows you to get that feeling of traveling through both space and time within your Magic game. And I think I love that. I love that they've not just slapped some Doctor Who pictures onto what could essentially be any other Magic cards. There are some really unique and original ideas throughout these decks, and I think that's absolutely fantastic and makes them an essential collector's item. Okay, so I guess there's really only one thing left to do, which is to open this set. So this is based around the British classic sci-fi series Doctor Who, and specifically focusing on, thankfully, a bit that I know well. So it's covering Doctors 9, 10 and 11, and the set is called Timey-Wimey. So I think we're gonna see some familiar faces and moments in here. Let's get stuck in. Okay, so we've got the Lux Foundation Library, Lake Silencio. This was incredible. Like, I think this will go down in history for me as one of just the most amazing starts to a season ever. Amy's Home, Ood Sphere, Human Time Lord Meta Crisis. Gosh, I cried at this. Bad Wolf Bay, Dalig Oobstranden. I cried at this one too. Two Streams Facility. I wasn't keen on this. This was not one of my favorite episodes. And the Prime Minister's Cabinet Room, and New York, and Pompeii. Oh, now let's have a little look at the collector booster pack. Try not to bend them. And there's not many cards in here. It's really hard to open it without just bending them all. Okay, and now on to the 100 card deck itself. And I think another really good thing about the Doctor Who Commander decks is there are so many new card designs per deck. Compared to a lot of the other decks, it's like 50% new cards, whereas with a lot of the others, it's a much, much lower percentage than that. So I'm really excited to see what we've got in here. This is quite a complex deck, and for me, I love the way that it functions and the relationships between characters, but it probably isn't the ideal deck if you are just starting out with Magic. So that is just something worth considering if you're watching this and debating whether to invest. Okay, so we are starting off with the 10th Doctor, who is the Commander card at the top of this deck, and the Doctor has Timey-Wimey, so that's where this deck really begins. So it says time travel 3 times, activate only as sorcery. So like I say, there is a lot to this deck, and it really does take a long time to get your head around just how to utilize it to its strongest, I think. And I think I'm still working on that personally. Okay, and then after that we have obviously the gorgeous Rose Tyler. So we've got Time Lord and Human Companion heading off this deck. We've also got Rose with the Bad Wolf. So whenever Rose Tyler attacks, put a time counter on it for each suspended card you own and each other permanent you control with a time counter on it. So this is, like I say, one of the unique things about this deck. Doctor's Companion. You can have 2 commanders if the other is the Doctor. So the partnerships and the relationships between characters in this deck is really, really unique. So you are able to have 2 commanders and have them working as a team just like they would in Doctor Who. Okay, now we're going to fly through these. I'm going to try and not make a huge mess. This is still my favourite Doctor Who episode of all time. Blink will go down in history as #1 for me. I cried at this as well. I swear, I'm not just a huge crybaby, but do you know what? Doctor Who used to be more emotional, I think, than it is these days. But I'm hoping we'll get there. We like this card. Oh, good old Wilfred. Everybody lives. I mean, this is quite a beastly card, I think, personally. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, that is some serious power there. Oh, and there we have it. 4 knocks. That was a moment. I'm surprised I didn't cry at this moment, but I will never be able to hear 4 knocks again in my life and not think of this. The Pandorica. I am a huge River Song fan. I'm not going to lie. River Song is 100% my Doctor Who crush, and this whole storyline and concept I thought was just so amazingly done. And if we don't see more River Song, I am genuinely going to be very, very sad. This used to terrify me, like, beyond recognition. I'm not gonna lie, it still does a little bit. Again, amazingly done. I just think this was, like, for me, who has never seen the original Doctor Who, I think this was, like, without a doubt, my favourite kind of era. I credit this as well. Like, this is just bringing back, like, so many memories, I guess, of the journey through all of this. This was so good. There's a quote in this episode that I'm absolutely obsessed with. Jenny, I mean, is Jenny coming back as well? I feel like there are so many loose ends that were just like never tied up in a lot of this. But at the same time, it was modern day Doctor Who, absolutely at its finest as far as I'm concerned. I love these kind of double split cards as well. Trenzalore. That's a pretty good card. Yeah, so I won't get too much into the relationship between characters in this, but there are lots. It isn't just the commander relationship that exists. There are other legendary creatures that partner well with others too. And if you have both, or if you have one, it allows you to bring the other in, or if you have both, it gives them unique abilities and powers. So I think that's a really nice thing about these decks. And then we're just going to fly through, land a little bit quicker. But yeah, this is just bringing back like so many nice memories, I think. And I imagine for those that grew up with the originals as well, this will be having a similar effect for them, but bringing back memories of things that for them they experienced like 50, 60 years ago. Okay, and then obviously alongside all of those, there's also a selection of token cards as well. So it's separated in the box by this, which is basically a cardboard replica, but a really nice foil one of the main commander of the deck. So you can't use this in play or anything like that, but it is just a really nice keepsake again, and I generally keep them along with the boxes up on my geeky gamer shelves. And here's just a quick look at the token cards. They are all double-sided. I'll give you a little better look in a second. Okay, so now that it's all unboxed, the only thing really left to do is see how it plays. I'm super excited. Even just shuffling through that has just brought back so many memories of some of my favourite moments ever in Doctor Who. I knew that I was going to fall in love with Timey-Wimey, and I absolutely have. I think the only thing I would maybe spice it up with a little more is maybe a River Song card. So I'm so obsessed with River Song. It feels wrong not to have a unique card in there. But I think that is the great thing about these commander decks, is they play incredibly well on their own as they are as precons, but at the same time, it's really easy to build your own deck, but utilizing cards from all four. They play exceptionally well together and they blend and merge, and you can create something incredibly powerful, but also incredibly sentimental. You can build some of your favorite moments from 60 years of sci-fi television history into your commander deck, which I just think is absolutely fantastic. So I am really, really pleased with this. I think they were good value for money personally, based off of where Magic is at the moment, and I'm really excited to get stuck in and give this a go. So let me know in the comments, guys, your thoughts. Do you think it was worth it? Have you tried playing these decks, or do you own any of the Doctor Who decks? If not, let me know what deck you do play, or let me know your favourite Doctor Who episode down in the comments below. I look forward to reading all of them, and I will look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Bye, guys!